Beloved, never say never to God. Has God ever called you to perform a task that you feel totally unqualified to undertake? You are not alone. There is someone in the Bible you can identify with. His name is Gideon. His story can be found in Judges chapter 6. When the messenger of the Lord appeared to Gideon, his first words were, "The Lord is with you, O mighty man of valor." I can easily picture Gideon looking around and saying, "Who are you talking to? Surely you don't mean me." Gideon lacked every quality that we normally associate with a hero, with a mighty man of valor. He lacked faith, vision, and courage. He lacked credentials, background, and experience. Gideon felt defeated, pessimistic, and powerless. God was pleased to find him in that depleted state, because God can always do something with depleted people. God sees our potential. He sees what we can be, not what we are. He sees what we can accomplish by depending on His resources instead of our own human inadequacies. God is in the business of turning common, ordinary human clay into faithful, bold leaders. God cannot use people who are so self-confident they have no need of Him. He excels at using the weak and the insecure. That's why He chose Gideon as a judge to deliver His people in Judges chapter 6. God does not call the qualified, rather He qualified whom He called. And also, God is not so interested in your ability as much as in your availability. God can do anything with you. He can do nothing with you if you feel self-sufficient and self-satisfied. A godly self-image is not, "I can do anything I want to because I have limitless potential." That's a worldly self-image, and it is utterly false. A godly self-image says, along with the Apostle Paul, "I can do all things through Him who strengthens me." Philippians 4:13. Nothing is impossible for those who live in obedience and dependence on the power of God. God chose a weak and frightened man, a man who was hiding from the Midianites, a man who had very little self-esteem and self-confidence. And God gave this man a vision of what he could become, a mighty man of valor. Why did God choose Gideon? He chose this man specifically so that the people of Israel would know that it was the hand of God that delivered them, not human brains or brawn. God can work miracles through you if you feel powerless. If you go to God and say, "Lord, I have nothing to offer but my obedience," then watch out. You will be amazed to see what He can do with you. When one considers the enormity of the task of world evangelization and the fact that God has committed this task to human beings who are vessels of clay, it's amazing. The Apostle Paul, who may be considered one of the Christian stalwarts of his time, acknowledged, "Who is sufficient for these things? Our sufficiency is of Christ." Folks, none of us is qualified enough to be in God's service, and the choice is not ours to make. Jesus says that it is not we who have chosen Him, but He who has chosen us and ordained us to go and bring forth fruit. It was persons who acknowledged their failures and weaknesses upon their choice by God who became the most powerful and effective servants of God. Don't reject the call of God to service in His kingdom because you think you are incapable. It is through your incapability that God reveals His ability. It is when you're weak that He reveals His strength. His strength becomes perfect in your weakness. In the strength of the Lord, you're a mighty man or woman of valor. Let us pray. If you can use anything, Lord, use me. Here I am, Lord, making myself available to you. I understand, Lord, that not abilities you're after, but availability. So here I am, Lord. Take my life. Let it be consecrated, Lord, to Thee. Father, take my moments and my days and let them flow in ceaseless praise. Folks, thank you for joining us for day 17. I challenge you to remain steadfast and encouraged. We are observing a fast today and tomorrow as it is on our fast calendar. I encourage you to wait on God. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.